the treasury of Bengal. So that is why Mir Jafar got irritated and he started to oppose. Mir Jafar had thought that after becoming the Nawab, after giving a little amount and few places to British, he could enjoy his power. That was thought by Mir Jafar, but it did not go like that. Okay, so Mir Jafar started to oppose the British. So what did British do? They dethroned Mir Jafar and they appointed Mir Jafar's nephew Mir Qasim as the new Nawab. Okay, so ನೋಡ್ರಿ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ರಾಜರು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಟ ಕುಂಟು ಲೆಕ್ಕಕ್ಕಿಲ್ಲ ರೀತಿ ಆಗೋಗಿತ್ತು ಅವರಿಗೆ. ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಡಿಥ್ರೋನ್ಡ್ ಮೀರ್ ಜಾಫರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ದೇ ಅಪಾಯಿಂಟೆಡ್ ಮೀರ್ ಕಾಸಿಮ್ ಆಸ್ ದ ನ್ಯೂ ನವಾಬ್. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಇವರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಹುರುಪಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ದೆ ಕೇಳ್ದೆ ಏನು ಯುದ್ಧ ಗಿದ್ದ ಮಾಡ್ದೇನೆ ಈಸಿಯಾಗಿ ನವಾಬ್ ಆಗೋದು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಖುಷಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಮೀರ್ ಕಾಸಿಮ್ ಡು? He accepted the offer of British. Then he became the Nawab of Bengal. Then after becoming Nawab, he gave some 2 lakh pounds amount to British. 2 lakh pounds. It is not small amount, children. So that much amount was given by Mir Qasim to British, and again he also gave some 3 districts to British. Mir Jafar had given only 24 villages to British. Mir Qasim, he went a step, one more step. Okay, then what did he do? He gave some 3 districts to British. Then he, like Mir Jafar, he also thought that he could enjoy his power. So Mir Qasim, to stop the misuse of this dastaks, he took some important steps. So before that, first of all, he declared himself as independent ruler. Okay, he declared himself as independent ruler. Then, to stop the misuse of dastaks, he told that the trade in Bengal is tax free for all. Okay, the trade in Bengal is duty free for all. So it was not only tax free for British now, it was tax free for the Indian traders also. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಟ್ರೇಡರ್ಸಿಗೂ ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ದ? ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಫ್ರೀ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟ. ಸೊ ದಸ್ತಕನ್ನ ವಾಪಸ್ ತಗೊಂಡಿದ್ರೆ ಹಿ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟು ಫೇಸ್ ದ ಎನಿಮಿಟಿ ಆಫ್ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ದ? ಕ್ಲೆವರ್ಲಿ he made the trade tax free for all the people. Okay, all the traders of India got that chance. Now what happened? Indian goods were also, the goods which were sold by Indian traders, they were also available at the same price ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷರು ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್ ಕಟ್ಟೋದಿಲ್ಲ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ಸ್ಗೆ ಗೂಡ್ಸಿನ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ ಅನ್ನ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಮಾಡೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಇಲ್ಲ. So the price of the goods became same and Indians started purchasing the goods sold by Indian traders. Now what happened to British East India Company's trade? It started to suffer. Okay, it started to suffer considerably. Loss ಆಗ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಯಿತು ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಈಸ್ಟ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಕಂಪನಿಗೆ. ಸೊ it was enough for the British East India Company. Okay, first of all, Mir Qasim had declared himself independent. Second thing, he had taken such a step which led to the loss to the trade of East India Company. So what did East India Company do? Again it dethroned Mir Qasim and it brought back the same person, Mir Jafar, who was the commander in Sirajuddaulla's army. You remember, no? So Mir Jafar again became the Nawab of Bengal. So Mir Qasim nige viparita sit bantu. So now Battle of Buxar. Now we are discussing which battle? Battle of Buxar. It took place in the year 1764. With these points we have understood the causes for Battle of Buxar. First cause is, I will share the page for you. Causes. Okay, see what were the causes for Battle of Buxar. Okay, what were the causes for Battle of Buxar? You can see the points in paragraph there, but you have to write in points only, children. Remember, in social science you have to write the answer in points only. Okay, so first of all, Mir Qasim declared himself independent. You can find it there. Then afterwards, to stop, they have given verifying the misuse of dastaks. Instead of verifying, you can write to stop the misuse of dastaks. He declared that all business was duty free in Bengal. Okay, it resulted in heavy loss to East India Company's trade. Third point. Okay, then what happened? It was enough for the British. They declared war against. They dethroned Mir Qasim and brought back Mir Jafar. Mir Jafar became angry and he decided to fight a war with British. But he knew that only he could not defeat British. That is why he made alliance with other two rulers of India. Okay, who were those other two rulers? Who were those other two rulers? One was the Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. I have underlined his name there. Mughal Emperor Shah Alam II. Very weak person he was. And another person was there. It was Nawab of Oudh. And his name was Shuja Uddawla. Okay, not Siraj Uddawla. Shuja Uddawla. Can you find his name there? Okay. So, with these two kings of India, one is Shah Alam II, Mughal Emperor. Second one is Nawab of Oudh, Shuja Uddawla. Mir Qasim made an alliance and they attacked British. Okay. This time, British army was led by the commander Hector Munro. Okay. Who was the commander of British army? It was Hector Munro. But what happened? As expected, British army defeated the alliance of these people. Okay, Mir Qasim's alliance was defeated. Mir Qasim escaped from the war. Then, what were the results of Battle of Buxar? The immediate result of Battle of Buxar is Mir Qasim's alliance was defeated. That is the immediate result. What were the other results? Okay, see, first immediate result is Mir Qasim's alliance was defeated. Second thing is Mir Qasim escaped from the battlefield. Mir Qasim illa illa. ಈಗ ಉಳಿದವ್ರು ಯಾರು? One is Shah Alam II, Mughal Emperor. Second one is Shuja Uddawla. Okay, so Mir Qasim ತಪ್ಪಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಓಡೋದ. ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಶಹಾ ಆಲಂ ಸೆಕೆಂಡ್ ಹೆಂಗಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡಿ ತನ್ನ ಎಂಪರರ್ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹ ಹೆಸರನ್ನಾರು ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. ದಟ್ ಈಸ್ ವೈ ವಾಟ್ ಡಿಡ್ ಹಿ ಡೂ? ಹಿ ಗೇವ್ Diwani right to British in Bengal. Diwani right, very important right it is. Under this Diwani right, British could collect the revenue in Bengal region. See, I have told in the beginning itself, Bengal region was a very large region. Bengal province was a very large region. It included today's Orissa state, Bihar state, West Bengal state, and also your Bangladesh. Okay, so in this large province, British got the right to collect tax. So Shah Alam II gave the Diwani right to British. It is the second result. Then third result is Shah Alam II gave all the rights over Bengal to British for an annual income of 26 lakh rupees. So British ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು? They offered 26 lakh rupees to Shah Alam II. ಅಣ್ಣ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ 26 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ನಾವು ಪ್ರತಿ ವರ್ಷ, ನಾವು ಬೆಂಗಾಲಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೇವೆ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ಅಟ್ ಲೀಸ್ಟ್ ಹಿ ಕುಡ್ ಅರ್ನ್ 26 lakhs rupees every year. No, Shah Alam II accepted that also. Then third thing, okay, third thing, our Shuja Uddawla was there, no, Nawab of Oudh. From him, British collected 50 lakh rupees as war compensation. See, ಎಲ್ಲ ಕಡೆಯಿಂದ they earned wealth. First of all, they got Diwani right. Second thing, they got all rights over Bengal for 26 lakh rupees from Shah Alam II. Third one, they made Shuja Uddawla to pay 50 lakh rupees as war compensation. Then after all these things, now who is there as the Nawab of Bengal? Mir Jafar was there. Now after Mir Qasim, British had appointed Mir Jafar. after few years Mir Jafar died. ಅವ ಹೆಸರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ನವಾಬಾಗಿ ಉಳ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದ. After the death of Mir Jafar, this British East India Company gave pension to Mir Jafar's son. ಅವನಿಗೆ ಒಂದಿಷ್ಟು ಪೆನ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟು British East India Company itself took all its right over the administration of Bengal. In this way, whole Bengal came under the control of British, including your Awadh region. Okay. So in this way, Battle of Buxar, the results of Battle of Buxar, it gave all control to English East India Company over Bengal. Okay. Then what happened in the year 1765, 1764 Battle of Buxar over, no? In the year 1765, our Robert Clive, he introduced a new policy called dual government policy. Okay. So what is this dual government? You know the meaning of dual. Dual means what, children? Two. Eradalva. So what is the first one and what is the second one? Two governments, dual governments. ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷರಿಗೆ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತಪ್ಪ ಅಂದರೆ ದೇ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಲೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಪವರ್. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಪವರ್ ಇರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ದೇ ಡಿಡಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಲ್ಯಾಂಗ್ವೇಜ್. ಓಕೆ, ದೇ ಡಿಡಂಟ್ ನೋ ದ ಅಡ್ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರೇಷನ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇನ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ. ಸೊ ದೇ themselves could not rule India properly. That is why for that they needed Indians help ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು ಅಂದರೆ ನವಾಬ್ ಹೇಳುವಂತಹ ಮನುಷ್ಯನ ಉಳಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಬಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದೇ ಕೆಲಸ, ಬ್ರಿಟಿಷ್ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟೆಡ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಟ್ಯಾಕ್ಸ್. ಅದು one part of the government. Second part, Nawab had to look after the administration. Administration ಕೆಲಸವನ್ನ ನವಾಬ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಅದು ಏನೇ ಕೆಲಸ ಬರಲಿ, it was to be done by ನವಾಬ್. ರೆವಿನ್ಯೂ ಅನ್ನ ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋರು ಯಾರು? It was East India Company. So this system introduced by Robert Clive in Bengal region is called dual government system. Okay. So 2 marks question you can expect here. What is or explain dual government system? Introduced by Robert Clive in the year 1765 in Bengal region. What are the terms of dual government system? British could collect the land revenue. Administration was to be done by the Nawab. It included the administration of justice. ಯಾರು ಹೊರಪಡೆ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ, ಏನೇ ಸಮಸ್ಯೆ ಬಂದ್ರು, it was to be done by the Nawab. Okay. In this way, by 1764, British got complete control over Bengal region. Okay, understood? Any doubts here, children? If you have any doubts, you can ask. Record stop.